After successfully saving the yandere villainess, before I left, I hugged her and said, "I want to get married." Victoria Harper stayed silent, she neither agreed nor refused. I immediately left according to the mission. But the next day, I returned to the world of the novel. Only to find that 7 years had passed since I left. Victoria Harper had now become a powerful figure in City A. At that moment, she had just pushed away a man who looked 90% like me. "How bold of you, using his face to marry me," she scoffed. "Didn't everyone know that the person I hated most in this world was him?" Everything felt like a blur. When I finally came to my senses, I was inside one of the most luxurious hotels in City A. The place was decorated like a wedding venue. The signboard clearly read, "Bride, Victoria Harper. Groom, blank." I clutched my stomach and sighed, "This system, you really are something." "How bold of you, using his face to marry me," she scoffed. "Didn't everyone know that the person I hated most in this world was him?" Everything felt like a blur. When I finally came to my senses, I was inside one of the most luxurious hotels in City A. The place was decorated like a wedding venue. The signboard clearly read, "Bride, Victoria Harper. Groom, blank." I clutched my stomach and sighed, "This system, you really are something." "How bold of you, using his face to marry me," she scoffed. "Didn't everyone know that the person I hated most in this world was him?" Everything felt like a blur. When I finally came to my senses, I was inside one of the most luxurious hotels in City A. The place was decorated like a wedding venue. The signboard clearly read, "Bride, Victoria Harper. Groom, blank." I clutched my stomach and sighed, "This system, you really are something." Oh my, young men nowadays are so sensitive. "So moved that you're crying already?" She looked at the small diamond ring on my ring finger and smiled cheerfully, "You better learn fast, your turn to be happy is coming soon." I wanted to say, "Ma'am, happiness isn't coming for me. The person I like is about to marry someone else." I couldn't hold it in anymore and ran into the bathroom to cry my heart out. After crying, I even timed it carefully so my eyes wouldn't be too swollen. "System, host, you're truly disciplined. No wonder you were the only one out of hundreds who successfully saved Victoria Harper." I frowned. "Explain this to me clearly. Why is it that the mission to save her was a success, but I still failed in terms of cultivation?" "System, didn't I already say it? You saved her successfully, but your cultivation failed. Her current favorability rating toward you is 99. I was stunned. "How is that possible? Did I treat her badly?" I asked. "System, host, you're truly disciplined. No wonder you were the only one out of hundreds who successfully saved Victoria Harper." I frowned. "Explain this to me clearly. Why is it that the mission to save her was a success, but I still failed in terms of cultivation?" "System, didn't I already say it? You saved her successfully, but your cultivation failed. Her current favorability rating toward you is 99. I was stunned. "How is that possible? Did I treat her badly?" I asked. Victoria Harper coldly poured a glass of red wine over his head. "How dare you use his face to marry me," she snapped. "Don't you know the person I hate most in this world is Ethan Vale?" Terrified, I ducked under a table. "Ethan Vale, is me." The groom lifted his head stubbornly. "Victoria Harper, you promised my father. You said you'd marry me. Now you're humiliating me in front of everyone. If you hate this face so much, why did you agree in the first place?" Victoria Harper laughed coldly, not even sparing him a glance. 2 bodyguards emerged from the shadows and dragged him away. Soon after, a shriek echoed from outside. "Don't touch my face. I was wrong. Tell Victoria Harper I'll never do it again." One of the bodyguards returned and reported respectfully, "Miss, his face has been taken care of. Should we proceed as usual?" Without a word, Victoria Harper remained calm. System, host, I just found out. Before him, 5 others had undergone plastic surgery to resemble you and tried to get close to her. All of them vanished mysteriously. 4 are confirmed dead. The last one is wandering somewhere in Africa, mentally unstable, possibly insane. I shivered. Didn't I tell her to be a good person? This didn't look anything like a model citizen. She casually walked toward the table. I muttered desperately, "You don't see me. You don't see me. Don't come closer. Please don't." A cold gust of air swept over my head. The table was flipped. Her sharp, chilling eyes locked onto me. This face really looks like his. I swallowed hard and shook my head like a rattle. Miss, I think you've mistaken me for someone else." The moment she hesitated, I bolted. But I barely made a few steps before someone yanked me back. Victoria Harper pressed me down by the shoulders, grabbed my nape, and hugged me tightly. I thought she was about to do what she used to, cling to me tightly. I burst into tears. "System, host, I think you're delusional." Her favorability rating just dropped to -9,999. Technically, after successful salvation, she shouldn't turn dark again. But this negative number, it broke the system's limits. Victoria Harper grabbed my collar, furious. "Ethan Vale, do you even have a heart?" Her eyes were red, body trembling. "You wanted to leave, to return to your world, right? Then why couldn't you just tell me properly? Do you know what day you disappeared? It was my birthday. That morning, you woke up and said you dreamt that we got married. So I rushed out to buy flowers and rings. But on my way back, I heard the yacht you boarded had an accident. Out of 5 people, you were the only one missing. You'll never understand how desperate I was. I fell so many times rushing to find you. And when I got there, the ring had mysteriously vanished. I even blamed myself, for not being good enough, for not earning enough money, for making you suffer. So maybe that's why you gave me a good person card and left without a word. But later I found out, you did think about marrying me. So in the end, I was just part of a mission to you. You were cruel, you made me fall in love with you, then vanished like you never existed." Her voice choked up, each word crushing my heart. I wanted to reach out, to wipe her tears, but she held my arms tightly. The sound of tearing fabric followed. "I hate you so much I could die." Ethan Vale may not have any strength left, I thought, but what about a child? If we had a child, surely, you wouldn't abandon it too, right? System. System. Save me. System, don't worry, host. I've set your sensitivity to maximum, 10 times higher than a normal human. You're free to enjoy the experience now. I cursed the system 1,000 times in my head, but under Victoria Harper's overwhelming passion, I completely lost control. In that dazed madness, the system whispered again, "Host, are you okay? You seem too exhausted to respond. Don't stay silent too long. Victoria Harper will only hold on to you tighter. Shall I increase your stamina too? Maybe you'll sync better with her. Oh, and by the way, I uploaded your favorite manga into her brain. She'll probably try all 18 poses from that story with you. Don't worry, no babies. I already took the birth control pill for you." I looked up just in time to meet Victoria Harper's gaze, painful and self-deprecating. "I knew it, Ethan Vale. You don't want us to have a child. You don't want a future with me either." She stood by the window, back turned to me, and tossed a sleek black card onto the pristine white bed. "Go. This card has no limit. You won't run out in a lifetime. If you can take it back to your world, then take it. If not, I'll figure something out." I rushed to explain, "Victoria Harper, you've misunderstood. I'm not planning to leave this time. She let out a soft, bitter laugh. I understand. You have a new mission, don't you? Gotta go save someone else. And you'll treat her just like you treated me, then abandon her, too. No, that's not it, I choked out. Oh. So you won't abandon her. Only I'm disposable, someone you wanted to escape from. System. I shouted in my mind. Do something. Hurry. System notification, host, Victoria Harper's affection level is dropping drastically. It's currently at -1000. If this continues, she may fall into darkness again. Without hesitation, I ran to her, cupped her face, and kissed her without warning. My love, give me a kiss. I'm not going anywhere. I only love you. System, wow. Host, her affection score shot up to 99. Wait, never mind. It's dropping again. I protest. Victoria Harper is tampering with the affection score. This is clear cheating. Are you two at it again? I was so exhausted, I passed out, and dreamt a strange dream. In the dream, Victoria Harper had founded a research group. Every night, she sat in the tiny old house we once shared, looking up at the starry sky and whispering, "Ethan Vale, is your world inside one of those stars? Everyone says I'm a fool for wasting billions trying to study how to cross dimensions. You really are the most troublesome person I've ever loved." Part of her comforted herself, saying, "If I spend all my money and still can't find him, I'll just die." But another part refused to give up. She wanted to earn more, to keep searching until her eyes could no longer open. Why didn't you at least say goodbye? As time passed, she spoke less and less. Only her eyes kept searching that faraway sky. When I woke up, the system chirped, "System, host, her affection score is back to 99. You've made a miraculous breakthrough." I rubbed my sore back, panting. What kind of energy do I need to maintain this progress? I had to admit, Victoria Harper was so easy to read. From that day on, we had a mutual, unspoken understanding. Neither of us mentioned my sudden disappearance for those 7 long years. System summary, host, I've realized why you were able to save her. It's because she saved herself. She's just that kind. But Victoria Harper still didn't let me off the hook. She made me work at her company as her secretary, shamelessly declaring, "Ethan Vale, this is your compensation to me." So now, every day I sat outside her office, chin in hand, doodling nonsense on a sketchpad. She made me design a ring, saying it'd be useful for something important later. God, I could barely cook or do manual labor, how am I supposed to design a ring? Sometimes, eavesdropping from the door, I caught interesting conversations. The juiciest was when someone bragged about visiting a high-end club at night. Victoria Harper glanced toward the door and whispered something. The other person turned pale, bowed, and left in a panic. I asked the system to replay the audio. She had said, "My husband is sitting right outside." You really want to die saying stuff like that? When she stepped out, I looked up at her with a mysterious smile, eyes never leaving her. She raised an eyebrow coldly. "Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't mean anything by that. I just want you to scare off the 8 people chasing after me." Ethan Vale, I don't know, system. Don't you think she still loves me? System, exactly. You hit the mark. Oh, and butler Mr. Trent from her family? Surprisingly friendly. We hit it off right away. That day, we sat on the steps, snacking on sunflower seeds and chatting away. Suddenly, Mr. Trent sighed. "Mr. Vale, you don't know. Before you came, the young miss, she had already gone a long time without." I cut him off, "Mr. Trent, I get it. He meant that before I came, Victoria Harper hadn't smiled in a long time, right?" Well, of course. I have that effect on people. But Mr. Trent blinked and shook his head. No, Mr. Vale. I meant, before you came, she hadn't had insomnia in a long time. Ever since your return, it's come back worse than ever. She wakes up every hour, walks barefoot to your door, just to make sure you haven't run off again. Honestly, she told me to keep an eye on you. Make sure you don't escape. I let out a breath, chin held high. Ah, so she does still care about me. Mr. Trent gave me a skeptical look and whispered, she also said, you stole something very important from her. Told me to guard you like a hawk. I stiffened. What? I didn't steal anything. Seriously. Right then, Mr. Trent's phone rang. The ringtone blasted, musical note, you thief, you didn't do a thing, but you took it all, you stole my heart. Musical note. I gave him an awkward smile. Trendy ringtone you've got there, Mr. Trent. He scratched his head. Ah, the young miss picked it. Said it was a good song. Told me to listen to it often. I frowned and tilted my head. System, I think Victoria Harper is trying to say something. System, of course. Host, you stole her heart. At exactly midnight, stomach growling from watching mukbang videos, I couldn't sleep. I tossed and turned, cranky and starving. Then suddenly, my phone rang. It was Victoria Harper. Victoria Harper, give me my sleep back. Silence. Then her voice came through, quiet. I couldn't sleep either. And there she was, standing in front of me, arms full of grilled skewers. She held out a huge bag. If you don't want it, I'll just say I grabbed it on the way home. My anger melted instantly. She still remembered I loved spicy grilled food, so spicy it made me cry. I muttered while munching, a cold drink would be perfect right now. Without a word, she pulled out a cold tea can and held it out to me. I smiled and reached for it. Thanks, Victoria Harper. She pulled her hand back. Is that the only way you know how to address me? I coughed awkwardly mid-bite. Thanks, babe. Not that one. Thank you, wifey. You don't even sound sincere. Like you're being forced. I nearly choked on my grilled squid. Why do I have the urge to smack her gently to her senses? Instead, I took a deep breath and said sweetly, "Thank you, my beloved wife." She nodded lightly, lips trembling. So, you finally called me by the right name, didn't you, Ethan Vale? My hand froze midair, grilled squid halfway to my mouth. Damn it. That line made me laugh for no reason at all. I really didn't expect to run into Julian Blake again. That day, I was sitting at work, finishing some leftover squid while scrolling on my phone. Suddenly, the system alerted me. System, host, go check Victoria Harper's office. Something suspicious is happening. Curious, I pushed the office door open. Victoria Harper glanced at me and motioned for me to enter. When I stepped in, I was shocked. She was talking to Julian Blake. His face was full of scars. The moment he saw me, he turned away. But as he walked past, he gritted his teeth and growled, "You know who I am, don't you? Even if you're back, I'll still make Victoria Harper mine. I'll make her regret what she did to me. And you will pay worse than I ever did." I groaned. Dude, seriously? You're nuts. You literally had surgery to look like me. I turned to the system. Who is this guy? He talks like he's the main character in a tragic romance. System, actually, Julian Blake is the original male lead. In the original plot, after being hurt by the female lead, Victoria Harper was meant to be his villainous rebound. But because of your interference, the story veered off course. She no longer accepted him. Now he hates you. He'll likely be a big obstacle in the future. I shrugged. Whatever. Then I plopped down, right on Victoria Harper's desk. So, my love, what were you and that guy talking about? She smirked, eyes twinkling with mischief. Wanna know? I grinned and leaned in close. But right before I touched her, I stopped. Actually, never mind. Don't wanna know anymore. I turned to leave, but she suddenly grabbed my hand tightly. He said. You only came back to play with me again. I shrugged. Let him say what he wants. I really do like playing with you. Then have you played enough? Not yet. I want to play with you until you're dead tired. Huh? I stared blankly and turned to the system. Hey, this can't be real. Aren't they switching scenes a bit too fast? I wasn't mentally prepared yet. That day was the festival. Mr. Trent and I turned a room into a haunted hospital escape room. Mr. Trent was worried. Is this really a romantic place for you two to meet again? I patted my chest confidently. Of course. Back when I first entered this world, Victoria Harper was still a college student working part-time at a haunted house. I got so scared I ran into her and clung to her like a koala. The system even said, "Host, take it easy. She's about to file for work injury compensation." In that cramped, dark space, her rising body heat left a mark in my memory. This time, I wanted to recreate that memory, upgraded version. Reclining chair, otoscope, surgical gloves, patient gown, all prepped. The system muttered, "My host is about to do something inappropriate again. If he goes full beast mode, will Victoria Harper survive it?" I rolled my eyes. I'm just taking care of the woman I love. As long as I'm not cheating behind her back, what's wrong? Victoria Harper crossed her arms and looked at me, half smiling, half threatening. Did you already do something behind my back? I blushed furiously. What? Why would you think that? You think I'm that kind of person? She smiled, eyes sparkling. Too bad. In my books, you've got a criminal record already. I have to be on guard with you, a professional heart thief. I snapped, dragged her upstairs to a room I had secretly prepared all day. You'll regret saying that to me, Victoria Harper, I declared, breathing deeply with a grin. This is the surprise I wanted to give you. I opened the door. Inside was a room arranged exactly like the secret infirmary from back then, the place we first met. Before she could react, I quickly cuffed one of her hands. Now I'm the doctor. You're the patient. Please lie down. She stayed still, her brows furrowing, lips pressed tight. My heart sank. Did I go too far? Did she not like this room? I asked the system in a panic, what's her affection level right now? The system checked. No change. Still at 80. Victoria Harper trembled slightly, her face pale. Her voice softened. I don't remember anymore. I quickly grabbed her hand gently. It's okay. Just follow your heart. That day I hugged you, that wasn't planned either. It was messy. Just like now. Her voice was hoarse. It's not just that day. I just realized, there are so many memories of you I can't recall anymore. Even last week. Where we went. I don't remember. The system said, Julian is like a virus. He can tamper with the program. His interference is erasing her memories of you. You know what's happening, don't you? Victoria Harper looked at me, eyes searching. Tell me. Is there a way to fix this? Her gaze reflected my own confusion and pain. Or is this another joke? The first time, you left me waiting for 7 years. This time. Are you letting me forget you completely? Do I not even have the right to remember the one I love? I clenched my jaw and finally covered her mouth. "Stop saying nonsense. I won't let you forget me." I stared into her eyes. "Do you remember Julian? He's a player too, but somehow he can alter the system, like a virus corrupting your memories. The system, and I haven't found a way to delete him yet. Aside from forgetting everything. Have you had any other symptoms?" Victoria Harper took a deep breath, then softly let out a hum. Despite the worry on her face, a gentle smile broke through. The system whispered, "Host, I think you talked too much." She only processed one sentence, "I won't let you forget me." I laughed bitterly. Yeah. That's probably true. After that, we sat down together to plan how to deal with Julian. But then, Victoria Harper casually waved it off. "So what if I forget? I'll just make tons of new memories with you." She pulled me up and dragged me to another house, her private home. The password to unlock the door was my birthday. Inside was a large, luxurious apartment. Fully furnished, yet lacking warmth. I froze when I saw it. From the color palette to the design, it was identical to the house we dreamed of living in together after getting married, 7 years ago. In that moment, it felt like she could read my mind. She smiled faintly and said, "This place holds my sadness. You know. No one stepped in here for 7 years." I panicked and tried to change the subject. I opened my shopping app and ordered all kinds of essentials. Soon, the empty house was full of my things. "You planning to leave traces of yourself all over my house?" she asked, voice neutral. "Why not?" I smiled. She suddenly laughed, eyes bright with mischief. "All right. But only if it's done my way." We kept creating new memories, one by one. But her memory kept deteriorating. Even though I used all my accumulated points to exchange for an ACW device. One that stores memories and plays them back every day, it was no use. She still forgot. Almost immediately. The system told me that Victoria Harper had been programmed by Julian's interference. Every time she came into contact with anything related to me, her mind would automatically trigger a rejection response. No matter how many times I repeated our memories, it didn't change a thing. Little by little, she began to forget my birthday, then the dates we had planned together. It felt like I was being erased from her world, bit by bit. I became increasingly anxious. Since the day the system said it would temporarily leave to search for a solution, 2 weeks had passed without any sign of return. And just when I was falling into despair, Julian appeared again. He often disguised himself as a passerby, lurking around the world of me and Victoria Harper like he was trying to imprint himself into her memories. At first, she still remembered who he was. But over time, even that faded. She even unconsciously complimented him a few times. Still, I kept trying, telling Victoria Harper the truth about Julian's identity. And luckily, every time I did, she would grasp my hand tightly. "Ethan Vale, even if I can't remember, I'll still believe you." I cried. All I could do was silently pray for the system to return soon. But before that day came, Victoria Harper asked to break up. Her face was blank. Her expression empty. Her eyes hollow. Like a puppet whose soul had been drained. I held her tightly, unwilling to let go. And she hugged me back. I could feel her jaw clenched, her teeth grinding, her body trembling violently as if fighting against some invisible force. Her arms instinctively wrapped around me, then suddenly, crack. She bit down hard, drawing blood from my lip. Still, I couldn't bear to let go. Victoria Harper turned away and walked to the door without looking back. But just as she reached it, she paused. Stiffly turning her head to glance at me. I covered my mouth, tears falling silently. I knew she still cared. She just didn't have the strength to resist anymore. So, I followed her in silence. She walked slowly, slower than usual, making it easy to tail her. She arrived at an abandoned parking lot, filled with trash, rusted scrap, and the thick stench of old gasoline. I hid behind a pile of ruined tires and suddenly saw Julian step out from a corrugated shack. His face was twisted, full of malice. He looked like a demon straight out of hell. He grinned menacingly and stepped forward to embrace Victoria Harper. But she dodged. Infuriated, Julian roared, "Victoria Harper, even if you still have enough reason to resist me now, it's useless. Unless I die, you'll eventually become my plaything." My eyelid twitched. A plan flashed through my mind. I stayed hidden, waiting for him to step into view. If I timed it right, I could ram a car straight into him. But for some reason, my body wouldn't move. It was like I was frozen in place. All I could do was watch helplessly. Suddenly, Victoria Harper struck first. Before Julian could react, she landed a solid blow. He staggered back, clutching his throat as blood poured out. She stepped forward slowly, a sharp object in her hand, her gaze empty like her soul had been hollowed out. Julian trembled, visibly shaken. "You've lost your mind, haven't you? You'd do this to me, for Ethan Vale? He deceived you, abandoned you. You waited for him for 7 years. Wasn't that enough? Don't you want revenge?" He screamed, frenzied. "I'm the real male lead of this story. You were born to love me, do you hear me? When I was with you, the female lead realized her mistake and came back to me. Why did you have to save her, Ethan Vale? She was just a tool for me. And your damn system too, how dare it defy me? It's just code. Just data. I only need to press a few buttons to erase it forever. This is all your fault. You destroyed everything I had. If you two love each other that much, then die together." He stomped on the gas. The car roared straight toward us. I tried to pull Victoria Harper aside, but she was too weak, too heavy. I couldn't move her in time. In that split second of life and death, Victoria Harper suddenly shoved me aside. We rolled across the ground. Julian's car slammed into the wall behind us, exploding on impact. Gasoline began to leak, an explosion was imminent. Julian staggered out of the wreckage, trying to escape. But I saw Victoria Harper, struggling against the pain, slowly standing up. I knew what she was about to do. Panic gripped me, I tried to stop her. But she turned around. In her eyes burned a fierce determination. "Ethan Vale, you mustn't leave. Julian said if the conqueror fails or dies in an accident in this world, you will never be able to return. Before disappearing, your system told me to protect you. Your mission is already complete. It helped you leave and is about to explode." She held Julian Blake tightly in the car, preventing him from escaping. Julian screamed in despair, "Victoria Harper, are you crazy? You'll die too." Victoria Harper's eyes darkened, a faint smile brushed her lips. The flames erupted, and amid the blaze, a ring was thrown out with force. I reached out and caught it. It was the same ring I had once sketched. My phone rang. A message from Victoria Harper. She must have prepared it in advance. "Ethan Vale, this ring was designed by your own hand. Don't say you don't like it anymore. At first, I planned to keep it and propose to you, but maybe that chance is gone now. I miss you. If you can, take this ring back to your world. Maybe it can be like I'm still beside you. Actually, I've always loved you. I knew your mission was to reach 100% affection, so I kept trying not to let it hit 100. Do you know how hard that was for me? But now, I only hope you can live happier in a world without me. One last thing I've always wanted to say, I love you, Ethan Vale." A single tear fell onto my phone screen. Light radiated from it in a kaleidoscope of colors. Then came the loud roar, an explosion that shook the heavens. The blaze devoured everything. My desperate sobs were swallowed by the eerie silence. Congratulations, host. Mission complete. Target Victoria Harper's affection level has reached 999.999. Reward has been deposited. This world will now be deleted. Host will be returned to original world. Please stand by. I jolted awake. The morning sunlight was still faint. The pillow soft. The lingering scent warm. Only my face was still wet with tears. The explosion now felt like a nightmare, but the 1 million deposited into my account confirmed it was all real. Emotions surged in me. I knew clearly that world had completely collapsed. I would never see Victoria Harper again. Even the kind old neighbor came knocking to ask if something had happened. I wiped my tears, but the more I wiped, the more they fell. A week passed in a daze. Even standing felt hard. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. A tall woman in stylish clothes stood at my door, calmly holding a small gray and white kitten. With a cold voice, she said, "Your system's so unreliable. Took me 10 houses to find you." The gray kitten yawned, opened its sparkling eyes, and meowed sweetly at me. I trembled at the door, stunned. "Victoria Harper, is it really you?" She looked up. It was the face I had longed for. I couldn't hold back. I ran forward and embraced her. Victoria Harper stiffened briefly, then tossed the kitten down and wrapped me tightly in her arms. "The first time you've hugged me so passionately. You're not planning to ditch me again, are you, you heartless guy? Do you know how hard it was for me and that system to find you? If you wanted to leave, at least wait a few more days. Wait until I've settled in first." I choked up, voice breaking in my throat. "No, never again. I'll never leave you again, Victoria Harper. Let's spend the rest of our lives together." She laughed, gripping my hand tightly. Then she gestured for me to look down. The little kitten was circling us, meowing. "Did you hear that?" she said. "We just promised to be together for life. Meow, meow, mew." I clearly didn't say that, but the kitten looked up at me with teary eyes, like it wanted to say something but couldn't. And in that moment, I heard the faint, broken voice of the system inside my head, "Host, what about me? I turned into a cat for you. What am I in your eyes? Please, shut down each of these worlds. So you can hear how my heart is breaking." If you're enjoying the story, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel and keeps more videos coming your way. Thank you for listening.